So today what we're going to be doing is I'm going to show you how to do a outdoor concert venue. So you're going to need a sheet of paper, a pencil, an eraser, and some sort of straight edge like a ruler. So the area you're going to start with is going to be the vanishing point, and for the outside concert it's going to be the center of the stage from the picture I'm working with. And then all the stadium chairs and benches are going to angle in, and then also the tree line and the surrounding like structures are also going to angle into that vanishing point. So my vanishing point is going to be right in the center of my paper like that, and I'm going to draw a box around it. That is the basic structure of the stage. So I want it to be straight. So I'm going to use my ruler. And most of this is actually going to be like the land, the chairs and benches around it. So I am not going to use a huge area for my stage. Okay, so that is the actual stage part. Okay, so now the floor of the stage is gonna go right to that vanishing point. So I'm drawing another straight line. So this is the stage floor here, and this would be the sides. And then up here is going to be the roof or the top of the stage. That's kind of like what protects the stage floor here. So it's going to angle back like that. Okay, so here's my vanishing point. So everything has to go to this point, right? So my stage has sides to it. So right here, it's gonna kind of curve, and this is where the seats start, and this is like a walking area that like security or the band can use. So there's an arch, and it's gonna end at the side of the stage floor. Now, where this ends, it's gonna angle. So it has to go through the vanishing point, and then it angles out. Remember that this is pointing to the vanishing point. I go on the other side to my vanishing point, and then I angle out. And if I have a little extra on the side, so I'm just gonna erase that. So this area, everything here is all the seating, and everything over here is going to be the landscape and part of the stage. Okay, so how the seating is it kind of radiates to the vanishing point. So starting in the center here is my first section, and it's going to go straight down the middle. Then there is a little bit of distance like this, and it just keeps going to the side. So I'm making sure it stays in the vanishing point, and then kind of just turn out my ruler, and these are how the seating looks. And as you get closer to the side, they get a little closer in seats because of the view, because of the perspective. Like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side, same exact way. Ruler has to touch the vanishing point, and then it radiates out. Until you hit that line. So make sure it is touching the vanishing point, and facing outward. And then one last one. Okay, so that's the areas coming out. Now, you did like the rows going in, and you're gonna have the rows going across. So now you're gonna follow that same arc shape, and the closest ones are going to be towards the stage, meaning you're not going to have a lot of space in between. And then as they start coming out, your space or your arch gets a little farther apart from each other. So this is kind of separating the seats. You have the columns separating, and now this is the sections. And it's really important that you do all of this drawing with pencil, because it's very easy to make a mistake or need to adjust something. You want to be able to erase it. And if this comes off your paper, that's totally fine. That's going to happen. Okay, so this is the seating, and then we have the stage. So just like before we did, this is the actual stage part with the top here. Now what we're going to do is draw the little columns at the side that's holding the stage up. So the side here, then I'm going to draw one here. This is the back part. If you notice, this lines up to the corner and then goes in. So if this angle's on an angle, this line's on an angle, this has to be on an angle. This is straight, this line is straight. So that's your stage. Now at the sides here, we're gonna have some stairs. So it's gonna come out like this, and then they angle kind of out to the side. And this is gonna get stairs from the ground up to the stage. So you could draw the lines going across. Like that. Okay, so we got the stairs. Now the side buildings. So here, there is a little curve here, and this is going to be a side. It's going to curve like this and then go up. And then I made it a little too wide, so I have to erase some of that. Okay, so this is a side building, and then it's going to go up even more. There's going to be another section that goes up and curves here. Same thing on the other side, because normally, especially outdoor, they're normally the same symmetrical for the sound and acoustics. And it's going to come out like this, and then it's going to curve in. Going to come out, down, and curve in here. And then this piece is also going to go up. This is the highest part here. Again, keeps that same curve, keeps the same curve. And then arches down. arches down to the other section. So here we have our stage. Now we're going to do some of the stairs and the side buildings and some trees. So just like with perspective, this part of your picture is the closest to you. Everything on the bottom to sides here are going to be the biggest, and as they go down, they're going to get smaller and smaller. So over here on the sides, we're going to make a little path. So right here, we're going to draw one little line. And the same thing over here. And again, these are kind of, again, angling towards your vanishing point. Then over here, what we're going to do is draw some trees. So these are going to be the biggest trees at the edge of your paper, and they're going to get smaller. So I'm just going to do the basic shape, and I'll go in later and add some details. And then as we go down, they'll get smaller and smaller. And some of them can overlap. You can kind of separate these. So again, if you're wanting to make any differences, you want to do stairs here, you can make alterations to like some of this design. If you don't want these trees, or you want some like winter trees that just have branches, you can do that, but make sure biggest on the outside edge as it gets smaller. Again, has to get smaller as it goes. If you have to make any adjustments, erase them as needed. And then maybe one more. And biggest to smallest, biggest to smallest. If you don't want them all the same size, you can of course go in, change the size a little. Okay, so these are the seats, and we have our trees. Then the one I'm looking at is actually in a canyon. So we're gonna go ahead and draw some of that design in. The landscape back here. We shouldn't just see a plain sky. Okay, you want to draw on the grass, the stage, any stairs, any outside buildings, things like that. And then you're also going to do like the seats. So whatever picture it shows, make sure that your whole paper is full with designs and in perspective. So just like this is straight across, this is your horizon, right? We're going to draw another horizon of the cliffs in the back, because it's in a canyon. It's going to kind of come down like this. And there's a couple different layers of this canyon here. And you're going to see it kind of go through the stage here because everything is open. And then up here, there's going to be clouds. And clouds, they're kind of just wispy. I don't want to draw the whole shape. I just kind of want to draw the idea of the figure. So there's the basic structure in 1-point perspective. So the biggest thing to remember is most likely, no matter what your concert venue is, inside, outside, the vanishing point is going to be somewhere in the center of the stage. Everything has to radiate then to that vanishing point, including the tops of the trees, the bottom of the tree. So everything is going to that vanishing point. All the seats are going to that vanishing point. The trees are going to that vanishing point. Everything would be going to here. Okay. If you're doing an outside concert venue, you can make little adjustments. If you don't want like trees and you want to make it unique and make it your own, you can change the entire fit. Just remember that the perspective should all be the same to make it look realistic and like it is in depth. Everything after that, you can adjust as you see fit, okay? And then you can shade it with a pencil or you can add color however you like. But that is your outdoor concert venue in 1-point perspective.